Congressman Mark Green. Congressman, great to have you back with us.
Yeah, always great to be with you guys. Thank you for having me.
So this decision, and the president seems to be doubling down on this. No more ammo, no more military aid right now. What's going on? What can you tell us?
Well, I mean, he basically accused Israel in an interview with CNN, saying that they're killing, thousands of people with these 2,000-pound bombs. I think that was his quote exactly. And that he had made it clear they weren't to go into Rafah. I mean, he's basically dictating their war plans against the enemy Hamas, and saying, okay, well, we're going to hold you hostage on these with these bombs. And the ones he's withholding, Todd, are the precision guided ones that are designed to not create casualties. So it's really, I can't believe it. I mean, we always say, well, it can't get any worse. And then he makes a decision that just boggles the mind. I mean, he essentially is stabbing Israel in the back.
Do you have any idea exactly how many Americans are still being held hostage by Hamas?
Yeah, we have a number. It's not as, the question is are individuals still alive? And we don't have that number. We know what the number was, several weeks ago. But what their medical status is, et cetera, things like that, we don't have a good report. Not that's come to us here in Congress.
And that's fine, Congressman. But my point is, I'm not hearing anything about that. I haven't. Where are the Democrats? Where's this administration every single day demanding that Hamas release the Americans being held hostage? It's as if we don't care about them.
They're asleep at the wheel. I mean, these guys, they paid Iran $5 billion for 5 people, and we're not doing anything to get the Americans that Hamas has taken. And we're now telling Israel, you can't even attack to go find our people or your own.
It's just appalling. And again, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's uncontroversial. I mean, it boggles the mind. And from a morality standpoint, it's insane.
Congressman Mark Green on our Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line today. So, Congressman, is there anything that Congress can do here? Is this a decision that Biden and Biden alone can make?
There are. So this is outside of this particular shipment is outside of the vote that occurred in Congress, I guess, a little over a week now ago. This was a prearranged transaction that was not a part of that. So he does, through the State Department, have the authority to do that. Now, I talked to the chairman of Foreign Affairs. They're drafting a resolution to, and some legal, some laws, essentially some statutes to try to demand that this happen. The question is, can that get through the House, the Senate? And then, of course, the president would have to sign it. So, right now he has the authorities through the State Department on these foreign arms sales, and there's not a lot we can do short of a law, which he would have to sign. So, pretty much he has the authority to do it.
Again, the chutzpah of this president to tell Israel how they should be fighting their war. Meanwhile, Ukraine, well, they can do whatever the heck they want to do. We don't even know what the money's going to fighting the war over there. That doesn't matter. So ultimately, you just have to wonder how much of this and the decisions coming out of the White House directed at Israel are really more about protecting votes from places like Dearborn and other areas of the Midwest.
I would submit to you that that's the exact reason they're doing it. They have a significant part of their base that is anti-Israel. I mean, a significant part of their base is anti-America. So, they want a totally different country, and he's having to basically appease these individuals in order to, stay in this election past the Democrat convention.
Congressman, as we follow those developments, you're also focused on America's small business community as well. You've got a brand new bill out there to protect small businesses. What is your legislation going to do? How is it going to help the small business owners of America?
Well, I think you're talking about the one we just filed on the exports of military, or not military, but non-military weapons and ammunition, for hunters and things like that. They put a pause, a 90-day pause that, has been over 160 days, and then they came out with a rule that basically said this is going to be permanent, and a ban on hunting rifles and shotguns and then the parts for those weapon systems and ammunition. We have manufacturers all over Tennessee that are creating jobs and exporting hunting rifles all over the world. That pause we've been fighting, from our office and other offices here in D.C. Now they've made it permanent, so we're going to just pass a law and basically stop that rule. You can't do that. The goal, of course, from their standpoint, is that arms don't get in the hands. But we're not talking about assault rifles. We're talking about hunting weapons. And so, but what it does is it just creates a gap for other people. I mean, it even harms the intent that they have, right? So it's intuitive that if you want to. And it's very similar to the oil stuff, the way they approach the energy sector. If you want to stop nefarious arm trade, then let the United States do it, and we'll properly vet people, and we'll sell our hunting weapons. But otherwise, you're going to create a vacuum. Other people are going to come in. Same with the energy. We make oil and gas cleaner than anybody on the planet. Why wouldn't we put everybody else out of business if it was really about, the environment? So every single thing these guys do is just upside down, and it makes no sense whatsoever. And it's harmful to Tennesseans in this case. So just like with the hunting safety legislation we passed, we're going to get this one passed because Democrats are going to pay the price here too. Maybe the weapons aren't manufactured there, but guess what? The shipping companies that send those through Philadelphia and, ports all over the country, mail structures all over the country, they're in Democrat locations. So they're going to lose jobs too. And I think we can get this passed and shut them down. I certainly hope so.
Congressman, real quick before we let you go, I know there was a lot of severe weather that hit much of the state of Tennessee. We know Alabama as well. How are things in your district?
My district fared better than Andy Ogles. Andy, which used to be my district down in Murray County, they actually had a tragic loss, and they've got 3 people, I think, that are still in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. But a big tornado down there in Murray County crossed over I-65. Columbia and Spring Hill probably hit the hardest. But, that's a tragedy for sure. We experienced a really bad tornado in Montgomery County back earlier, lost, I think, 3 lives there. But we were spared this time around in Tennessee 7. But unfortunately, the folks down there in 5 are suffering.
All right. Well, certainly a lot of thoughts and prayers going to the good people there in the volunteer state. Congressman, thank you again for coming on the show.
Yeah, Todd, always great to be with you.